It's just different. And now we got a little baby. She's gonna be 1 in 4 days. All right? 5 days. Little daughter at home. It's hard to combine these two different bring-ups, right? Because my wife got one view on the world, I got another. Now we gotta give this to this little baby, right? She don't know what the hell's in store for her. My wife first got pregnant, everybody was asking us, are you gonna take photographs of the belly? And do an announcement, like we're pregnant, and put it on Facebook. Are you guys gonna do that? I said, no, we're just gonna tell people. This is it, she's pregnant. You seen these guys? At his pregnancy announcement, the husband's on his knee, kissing the belly. Everybody's living their life through Facebook. Videos. You're gonna see it soon. Wedding season is just around the corner. You're gonna see wedding videos from the wedding. Of this choreographed dance that the groom and the groomsmen, have you seen this? Like the groom is dancing with the bride, and then all of a sudden the lights go up. And then the bride's like, what's going on? Oh my God. And 9 of the groomsmen come out and do a 12-minute choreo routine. I got married 5 years ago. I couldn't get my groomsmen to go get their tuxedos fitted. Let alone come to my house and rehearse. Everybody's got something, though. Everybody's trying to teach you something on Facebook. There's always a video, a do-it-yourself video, or a life hack. Some guy, 53-year-old guy, got his own channel. He's in his bathroom with a camera. Once a week, he comes out with an episode. What's up, guys? Welcome to Jim's Corner. Today I'm going to teach you how to get that last amount of toothpaste out of your toothpaste tube. Simply take a woman's barrette, attach it to the end of the tube. Now what you want to do is move the toothpaste near the aperture. Some air is going to build up in the tube. Take your scissors and let out the... Go buy another tube, Jim. What are you doing in your bathroom with a bottle of Crest? But my wife grew up like very athletic. She grew up in a family where they have a lot of time on that side. They got a lot of money, so nobody's doing anything really, you know? Everybody's really relaxed. Like when I went over there for the first time, I was meeting my wife's family, and like everybody was home. Like on a Tuesday at 2:30, I go, why is everybody home? Like no one works over there. They just, you know, I like, what does your cousins do? I don't know really. I don't really know what they do. I think they're in advertising, but I don't really know what they do. They're so relaxed. They're the type of family that when they graduated college, they took a year off to go find themselves. Do you know people like this? They graduate and they go backpacking through Europe and stay at hostels like they're broke. They go find themselves. That shit don't fly on my side. When I graduated college, I couldn't tell my father, Dad, I'm gonna go to Europe to go find myself. What do you mean, go find yourself? I found you. You're right here in my house. Where are you gonna go? You wanna see you? Go look in the mirror. You got no job, and you're in my house. I found you. You're here. My wife's side's like really happy and they encourage things, right? They like do retreats as a family. They work on their inner self. We work on our inner self. They do therapy. My family don't do any of this. No therapy, no bettering. It's like, this is it. What are you gonna do? Change? This is you. No one's popping pills on my side. Nobody's on antidepressants. My father's like, I've been depressed for 30 years. We just handled our problems in the house. We didn't broadcast our problems. My father was like, shh, don't tell nobody what's going on in here, okay? What are you gonna do, fight someone nowadays? This is not 20 years ago, where you're at a nightclub and some guy gives you a little, remember those days? Some guy would just kind of lean his shoulder right into your chest plate. You want some of this? Huh? Hold my cologne. You want to do this? Back then you got into a fist fight. Maybe you got a black eye. Maybe. That's all people knew how to do, was punch. Now, you don't know what this guy knows with this mixed martial arts, this MMA. This guy will end up on your back with his heels into your nuts, choking you out. How do you defend that? I mean, these MMA guys, that's a different guy. It's a tough man. They don't punch, they'll kick your leg off. They train on banana trees, just kicking down a banana tree. How do you think your leg's gonna hold up? Could you, honest to God, could you withstand a strike to the peroneal nerve from a 23-year-old grown man? I can't. I can't take nothing. I got up last night at 3 o'clock in the morning to go take a piss. I stubbed my toe down for 58 minutes. You ever stub your toe at night? You don't even want to look down. You're like, I know the nail came off. The nail came off and one toe is busted. I just want to take a piss. I'll find the nail in the morning and I'll wipe the blood off the sheets. This is ridiculous. Got the pain. I can't fight an MMA guy. It's a tough guy. It's a tough life. They got a strudel for an ear. What is this? What is that? There's nothing I could do to this guy that hurts more than a strudel hanging off the left side of the cranium. Watch how they come into the ring. They're just stretching out their teeth. Oh my God. If I was the opponent, I'm like, this is it. I'm gonna die tonight. This guy's gonna kill me. Fighting nobody.
I'm in a text message war right now. Anybody do text messaging? Never knew I had the option. Get in a fight with your girlfriend. You'll find out what text messaging is all about. I left the house, a little envelope came up on the screen. I'm like, what is it? It's a message from her. I pressed it. It's like, why have you changed? And I didn't know there was rules to text messaging. I called her back. I'm like, what's going on? She's like, what the hell are you doing? We're not ready for this. Hang up and text me back. I'm not good with the thumb. And there's a thing on here that will help you out called T9 word. It will actually guess what you're trying to say. Yeah, don't use this drunk. Don't come home horny, drunk. You want to text your girl a sexy message? Look what you're typing before you send it. I didn't look. I just, I got a call right back. She's like, what do you mean you want to kick my puppy? Because we love the phone. We love this thing. I saw you guys coming in, looking at it. If it doesn't ring, 5-10 minutes go by, you get nervous. You take it out, you're like, is this on? What is... Just dying for a call. And they give you so many options. Anybody using any of these options? Anybody using the world clock? Anybody ever stop you? Excuse me, time is in Japan, please? Voice memo? Who's walking around town? Buy eggs. We just love hitting buttons, don't we? Love it. You ever get into stuff that you don't even know what the hell you're getting into? You ever get into starting web browser by accident? Phone starts connecting, you start sweating, you're like, I gotta get out of this. This is at least $82 a minute. I know it. It's connecting. Phone is shaking. I drop my phone. You ever do that? Drop it. It happens in slow motion. Came out of the pocket. You try and catch it, but you can't. And my battery flew off. You ever have the battery flew off? For some reason, we think this thing's got a heartbeat. Like, we got to put it together within seconds. Like, oh my God, the battery, come on, breathe!
Something's wrong in the country, okay? Where do people get the time? Look around you. Everybody's just walking around. Taking a photo of yourself? They call it a selfie. I can't even say the word without sweating. I can't stand the word. I call it taking a lonely. Do you know how alone you gotta be? That you can't find anybody to take a photo? That you got 838 photos of yourself in your bathroom? What are you doing? What are you doing? Nobody's working. Nobody's working. We got people in this country hanging outside movie theaters for 4 days for a movie to come out. Friday's the release date. They're there Tuesday. They got a tent. They're setting up a little picnic area, generator, sleeping bag. And they're dressed as the character in the movie. Who's doing this? My family, my friend, nobody does this. Nobody does this. Okay? I've never called my buddy, Frankie, what are you doing? Nothing, I'm dressed as Batman. I've been sleeping in a tent. I got the cape on eBay for 18 grand. I live in Los Angeles. I see it on a day-to-day. Celebrity goes on trial downtown at a courtroom. You got people outside the courtroom marching around with signs. Right? Justice for Lindsay! Justice for Lindsay! No job? You got nowhere to be on a Monday at 8:30 in the morning? I never made a sign. Have you? I never wrote on a cardboard box my feelings. Stapled it to a stick, drove the stick somewhere, and marched around in a circle for 12 hours. Justice for Lindsay! Some of you are laughing at this, some of you are not. Listen, if you're laughing, you're on board. If you're not, you're the fucking problem. I'm sorry. Okay? I'm looking at some of you. You're like, I don't know why this is funny. I dress up as Batman, and I have an igloo cooler. I don't know what's so funny about this.
But no, they told me you got to go to a salon. That's where you got to go. They do it in a way it doesn't look like it's going, right? And most guys, what do we do? Barber, nothing fancy. Just one guy, $12, does everything. Cuts it, cleans it, does everything. He's got his combs and the blue juice. Anybody ever ask what that blue juice is? What is it? You ever see him whip out the comb? Okay, we're going to comb your hair. Hey, you want to get the acid off the comb? Well, that's why it's falling out. So I go to this high-end Beverly Hills salon, right? And you drop a normal guy into a salon, we don't even know what we're doing in there. Right? Because ladies, you know, you spend the day there, you know how it works. We don't know what we're doing in there. It's very intimidating. I walked in, all the women that worked there had a headset on. I thought I walked into a Rhythm Nation video. They came out to edit. You got to come up to and ask for your stylist. Yeah? Not a normal name. It's just some guy, you know, some foreign guy. You don't even know how to pronounce. You're like, hi, excuse me. I'm here for Damo. Is that a guy with? And Damo's so busy he can't even come out to see you. Right? He sends out an assistant. She comes out. Hi, Sebastian. Welcome to Schwa Schwa. Would you like to go in the back and change? I'm getting my hair cut, right? When the hell did you get naked to get a haircut? When did this start? I didn't get the memo. Because they put you in a room with these beautiful robes. I take off my shirt, I put the robe on, I'm like, what am I doing? I come back in the salon, nobody tells you where to go. Just walking around. Damo here? Walked into the area where they wash you. You know, they got all the washing set up. Playmate model comes out. Beautiful woman comes out. She's like, hi, Sebastian. Can I wash your head? Yeah, let's get this started. Where do I go for this? So I got the robe on? So I sit down in the bowl. She puts my head down and she starts giving me a beautiful sensual massage, and then like a nipple fell in my mouth. I was like, how much does this cost? Now she dries me. Now you got that dry head and a robe. She puts me back into the salon, still no direction, just Damo here? I go to Damo's station. It's like a shrine. His chair's elevated. Sit in the chair. No Damo. Waiter came up to me. Can I get you a biscotti? Some cappuccino? What? Now? I'm getting my hair cut. And some smoke started in the corner. Comes Damo. A cape. He's got his shears in a holster. Says Damo. He took his shears out. He walked away. Like, this is over? And then he came back with product. They love the product. They love the upsell, right? Come back with a little thing, right? Hey, you can't even get this in the States, you know? What? And he did that little whip, what they do, you know, a little... Okay. Yeah, like they're gonna make a pizza. Okay, we're gonna do it, right? Nice. Then he starts going in on my head. I'm sitting there, what? And after it's done, you're just sitting there looking at yourself. You're like, God, I look fantastic. It's the best $1,800 I've ever spent.
It's all changing, man. And if you want to see a big change and see what's happening in the United States, get called in for jury duty. Last week, I was at jury duty the whole week. Am I the only one going to this stuff? I call my friends, you going? Nah, we shred it. What? So I go 7:30 in the morning, right? 300 people. Right? You sit there in this little room, right? And I don't know, man, we're in trouble as a country. If you want to get a temperature gauge on what society is looking like, go to jury duty. They say it's a jury of your peers. The people there are one step away from being a defendant. Now, nobody knows how to follow instruction. The guy's up there. It's simple. Name. Okay, name, right? Address, address. And people are like, Then he opens it up for questions. Any questions? Worst thing you could do to the general public is start opening up a question session. The hands that shot, this woman's shoulder almost popped off. People love to hear themselves speak. I have a medical condition. Nobody gives a shit. Fill out the form and go to the courtroom. The guy next to me in broken English asked me how to put his name tag into the laminate. And I'm like, you're gonna determine? Whether somebody goes to prison and you're having problems with the name badge? Finally found someone who could deal with me. I got married last year and I'm happier than shit, I gotta tell you. My wife is an angel, okay? A complete angel, the total opposite of me, okay? Loves people. Loves people. She's from the South. She's always smiling. She's like a dog. She likes to play. She likes to come out and play. I'm like a cat. I love to hide. Right? Her friends come over, they're like comfortable. Right? I like people at the house, but like her friends stay long. Like my friends, my friends after the game, they're gone. Hers, they're like, oh, I'll just sleep here. No. Her friends like open the refrigerator. I'm sorry, I didn't grow up that way. You don't open anybody else's refrigerator, right? The refrigerator in the master bedroom, you don't look at. You ever get a tour of somebody's house and this is the master and you're like, oh, okay. You don't go in there and go, oh, this is where you fuck? You fuck here? Right here? No. You just skip it and you move on to the baby's room. No, a friend came over the other night. She goes in there, starts shopping like it's Jewel. Right? Took out a bowl of cherries, beautiful cherries. I just bought them, right? I didn't even get to taste them. What I like to do is I like to take out the cherries, put them in a separate bowl, give a nice wash, and slip those in the refrigerator, right? This one takes out the cherries. She's eating the cherries, and she's talking to me and my wife. Now, it's all over my face. I can't hide it, right? I'm sitting there, I gotta go to the bathroom. Now I go hide. I go like a cat, I go somewhere else. And my wife has to come get me. She's like, why? Would you come out here? I go, she's eating the cherries. How does she know I'm not making a cherry pie with that? But that's why I fell in love with my wife. Totally different. I'll come home and the pizza delivery guy will be in the house while my wife goes to our secret stash and pays him. I go, why is the delivery guy in our kitchen? I didn't grow up with delivery people. I was the delivery person. And the older I get, the worse I get, right? I'm a huge hypochondriac. I constantly think I'm passing away. I constantly think I'm dying. I woke up one morning, my hands were dry. I'm like, what? Oh, come on. What am I, disintegrating? What's happening? Now, with this use of technology, anything medically related, I don't go to the doctor. You know what I do? I go right to Google. You will admit stuff to Google that you won't tell a soul. If Google ever comes out with a printout of what you've been asking it, you're gonna have to leave California. I type in, I got dry hands. What does that mean? Now, a bunch of stuff comes back with Google. Now, Google, I stay on page 1. I never go to page 2. I'm always on page 1. I don't even know what's on page 2. A horse is involved all the time. I don't know what it is. I'm always on page 1. First 3 topics, right? I'm going to try and self-diagnose what I have based on other people's stories and anecdotes. This is the worst thing you could do to yourself. Okay? The first story I read, the guy's like, I had dry hands 3 months ago. Now I got no fingers. What? So that's it. I think I'm dying. I don't eat. I don't sleep. 3.5 weeks, I lost 15 pounds. My friends were coming up to me going, Sebastian, geez, you look fantastic. What the hell have you been doing? And in my head, I'm like, I think I'm dying. So I went to the hospital, right? I go to the hospital, I go to the doctor. I walk in, I go take a look. Look at this. He goes, ooh, hold on, let me go take a look at something. I go, where are you going, Google? I was just there. He says I'm gonna lose my fingers. What do you know? He's like, I'm gonna write you a prescription to get some lotion. Now, this is always a problem. Going to your local pharmacy to get medication. I don't know why. You give your slip to the pharmacist, he always looks at it, he's like, oh. It's gonna be about another 25 minutes if you wanna walk around Walgreens. About another 25 minutes. And I'm like, it's right there. It's right on the shelf. But you never question the pharmacist. You're always like, oh, okay. I I didn't take the walk. I stood my ground. I go, you got it, right? He's like, yeah, we got it. I go, why I gotta walk around? He's like, there's people ahead of you. I go, no, they're not. I'm staring right at you. Where are they? He's like, they're walking around Walgreens. What? Nobody could tell me why I'm taking this walk. For years, I swear to God, I thought people were making medication in the back room. I thought there was some guy filling up little camplets going, tell him walk around. I can't get the damn things on, they're too small. I need another 25 minutes, I got 30 camplets. So I took the walk. I came back, there's a person in front of me, and there's a line. I didn't see this the first time. There's a line on the floor with 2 footprints. And it says on the floor, for the privacy of the person in front of you, please stand behind the line. Now, the person is right here. I'm right here behind the line. You're telling me this much? I can't hear nothing? Right here. Right here, no idea what's happening. Right here, he's got gonorrhea. She's like that. We just handled our problems in the house. We didn't broadcast our problems. My father was like, shh, don't tell nobody what's going on in here, okay? Even within our family, there was like secrets. No one said anything. My grandfather had polio. He had one leg significantly shorter than the other leg. Nobody said nothing. Nobody mentioned he had a disease. My whole childhood, I was just like, okay, that's the way men from Sicily walked. I asked my father one day, I said, what's wrong with Grandpa? What do you mean, what's wrong? Why would you say that about your grandfather? What's wrong? What do you mean, what's wrong with him? I don't know, he's got a 2x4 nailed to his heel. I never seen a shoe like that. Nobody's saying anything about the man's shoes. So now we take the baby home. Nobody tells you nothing. We're just gonna figure it out. 1 month in, baby starts crying. It's a cry we've never heard before. And we do everything as a duet, me and my wife. If the baby's crying, we get up. As a feed, we feed together. Everything is a duet. This is not how my father and mother worked it. If I was crying, my father would go, get it! I gotta work! Do you want to kiss the baby? I'll kiss it! I gotta go work! But now, 2018, everything's a couple. We share the duties. Driving, that's another thing I can't do. You ever get behind someone, they're not moving? They're not moving, right? You're like, come on. Right? You're like, you change into an animal. Right? You're just looking for the pass lane. You're looking to pass them. And it seems like it's days. It takes days for this to happen. But you'll finally get it, right? You'll finally get it. But as you pass, you can't let this go. As you pass them, you have to turn and look to see who the hell is driving this way. You can't go to bed at night without putting a face to that miles per hour. And I don't know what happens to us. As we pass, we lose it. We're like, what the hell are you doing? Sometimes you want to just slow up so they could see the face. You pull up and you're like, look at what you did to me. I was happy a mile ago. Look at this transformation. Customer service, they gave up. The grocery store gave up on us. They put in self-express checkout links. They basically said, you know what? You do it. Why am I working at the grocery store now? Do you ever look over there? Nobody knows what's going on. It's a bundle of confusion. Right? There's always a guy sitting there with like some artichokes going, ah. We weren't properly trained on this machine. Those people go through a 3-week training on this computer, and we're just jumping in on it. Again, I never want to be the problem, okay? So my grocery store is open 24 hours a day. You know what I did? I went in at 3 a.m. Nobody there. I did a self-training on this machine. I got all the different screens down. I memorized some of my favorite items. 4162, bananas. I know this stuff. So on a Saturday at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, when it's packed, I'm cooking. I'm helping out other people. But I was in the human line, I'm sitting there. My line ain't moving. At a price check, you ever get this? They're sitting there, they scan the steak. Price doesn't show up. Now they have to turn and ask Timmy, the bagger, to go find out what the T-bone steak costs. And that person's always like, yes, Timmy, could you please go find out for me? And now you hear the whole line just get deflated and pissed off at this one person because they didn't pick out the right steak. I never want to be the problem. If they scan my steak and it doesn't show up, you know what I tell the cashier? Forget it. I don't need it. Keep it going. You think I'm going to wait for Timmy? Timmy don't even know he's working. This kid leaves here. He ain't coming back. Was there even an interview with this kid? Now, I was dealing with the whole, you know, we got a Jewish baby on my side. My side was like, what you gonna do? How you gonna raise the baby? What you gonna do? No Christmas? You're not gonna have a tree? A lot of people deal with this.
Well, you know, her family is more religious than us.
So I'm trying to figure out how I could appease my family, okay? So here the woman comes in for the bath. She's like, we're here to have your daughter, Serafina, for her first bath. I said, oh, okay. I go, babe, we're gonna go. She goes, oh, no, one parent, only one parent. I said, okay, babe, take care of the tar. Let me go find out what's happening with bath time. Now, I thought there was gonna be a beautiful porcelain tub, some candles, dimly lit, little Kenny G playing. And then it hit me. I was gonna try and sneak a baptism into the bath. I figure if I went to the death floor and found a priest giving last rites, I'll ask him, do you want to come up to 5 and baptize a Jewish baby so my mother and father get off my back? So now we take the baby home. Nobody tells you nothing. We're just gonna figure it out. 1 month in, baby starts crying. It's a cry we've never heard before. And we do everything as a duet, me and my wife. If the baby's crying, we get up as a feed, we feed together. Everything is a duet. This is not how my father and mother worked it. If I was crying, my father would go get it. I gotta work. Do you want to kiss the baby? I'll kiss it. I gotta go work. But now, 2018, everything's a couple. We share the duties. So my wife checks the baby. She's like, she's got a stuffed up nose. Now, babies can't blow their own nose. I didn't know this. I thought they just, and then, sneeze and shit came out. I'm like, I didn't know that we had an assist in this. My wife gives me this apparatus. It's like a bullet you put in the nostril, and there's a hose attached, and you're at the other end. And I go, babe, what do you want me to suck the snot out of her nose and then swallow that? I'll do it if that's what this requires, but shouldn't we read the box or Google it? So here I am, 3 a.m. in my underwear with the tube up my daughter. My wife's like, what's wrong? She goes, there's supposed to be a filter. I go, there's no filter. I got it. I got it right here. I got it right here. Like, who would have known that this would have been it? I mean, I was going back to bed with my wife. I go, 9 years ago, if I told you I was gonna be sucking snot out of our daughter's nose in my underwear with my left nut hanging out, would you have still done it? You might get engaged. It's the next step. Now, most guys, I like a classic, go to a knee. That's what I think men should do. Drop to one knee. I think that's what about 90% of the guys do, right? As soon as the guy goes to the knee, as soon as he does this, the girl sees what's happening. She gets excited. She's like, all right, guy will drop down. He'll get a little emotional. He's like, baby, we've been dating for 18 years, I know you're 48, you probably can't have kids anymore. I think I'm done clubbing. I think I should maybe settle down, And you put the ring on her finger, and she's like, yeah, yes. Some guys get stupid with it, right? They'll be out at dinner, they'll be sitting there, and the guy will be like, look in the mashed potatoes. Yes. Is anybody getting up in the morning refreshed? Is anybody getting out of bed going, wow, I had a great sleep? I get up, I feel worse than when I went to bed. I'm like, did I sleep last night? What the hell happened? I'm waking up my wife with the sounds coming out of my body. 3 o'clock in the morning. She's like, are you eating potato chips? No, that's my knees extending onto the floor for my 9th piss. Go back to bed, babe. I didn't bring a can of Pringles into the bed. And speaking of going to the bathroom, I took my son to the bathroom at a restaurant, and I was watching him go. I was jealous at the strength of his stream. He was chipping porcelain off the back of the bowl. I get up in the middle of the night, and when I go to the bathroom, it's 2 streams. I need 2 toilets now. I'm pissing mist.
All right. Man. Good to be here. Good to be here. Rough day. To the grocery store. What's going on at the grocery store? Put a dress code over there, maybe? People care what they look like anymore? They just must roll out of bed and they're in the fruit section. I'm not into this whole comfortable thing, you know? You meet people, I'm comfortable. I don't care what people think of me. I'm comfortable. Yeah? I'm uncomfortable that you're comfortable. Shower. And I got no patience for people, right? Because that grocery store line, that line never moves. There's always a problem in my line, right? I'm always in the back. I'm like, what are they doing? Who's still paying in check? 2008, you're whipping out a checkbook? What? You'll see it. It will come out of a bag in slow motion. Right? Then the whole line spots it. Because it's just not the checkbook. Things go with the checkbook. Glasses always come on. Gotta find the check. Hold on. It's always a question. Who do I write the check to? Joe's Market. It's on the guy's apron. It's on the bags. There's a lot of hints here. Because every person is a different problem. Coupons? What? Leave them in the paper. Right? You always get that coupon lady. She's got that coupon face. Like, I got a coupon. It's always a coupon the cashier don't recognize. He's like, look at you. I'm sorry, we don't accept these. Yes, you do. Can I see a manager, please? You ever see the manager come out at the grocery store? This guy looked like he got off a 9-day bender. Right? All right, he's got to look at the code in the computer. Got to look in his book. Oh, yeah, here, you get 3 cents off the granola. 3? You're going to find 3 cents on the way to the car. Get out of my life. All right? So I had to go home. I had to regroup. Sometimes when you're out, you're like, I got to go home. I got to go back to the house. I got to relax, right? So I'm at the house. My doorbell rang. Weird. Your doorbell rings today? That's a different feeling than it was 20 years ago. 20 years ago, people just used to stop by unannounced, right? You hear the doorbell ring, the whole family shot off the couch like, oh my God, somebody's here. Let's go get it. The whole family would go to the door, right? It was a happy moment. You used to open up the door, you're like, oh my God, what are you doing here? The person would be like, nah, I was in the neighborhood. I thought I might stop in. Oh, come on in for some cake. We had Entenmann's crumble cake just in case somebody popped over. It was company cake. Your mother made the announcement. This is company cake. Nobody eat this, okay? Now your doorbell rings? It's like, what? Right? You have to turn and ask the people you live with, you invite anybody over? Get down, get down. Right? Everybody goes to a different corner. Like, shh. If it's important, they'll call. Okay, they'll call. Let them go. You know why? Because that's stranger danger. We don't want stranger danger. Good night. My name is Sebastian. You guys are funny, man. Thanks a lot.
Old world upbringing, superstitious. God, my family's superstitious. I remember once I got my first car, it was a 1984 Celica, Toyota Celica GT shit brown, right? As soon as I got it, my father hung a red horn from the rear view mirror of the car, right? Just a red horn dangling. I go, what are you doing? This looks like, he's like, it's for the Malocchio, the eye. So nobody gives you the eye. I go, what eye? The fucking eye! Italians, Sicilians, they believe if somebody looks at you, they could literally give you bad luck just on a look, all right? So now we have to have defense mechanisms, okay? I dated girls who weren't even Italian. They'd get into the car, they're like, why do you have a red pepper hanging from your rearview mirror? What is this all about? And I'd have to explain, nah, it's for the demons, you know? It's so nobody looks at you and cripples your soul. You don't have that in your family? No? It was all old world. No real medication at the house. I didn't know what was going on. I got a fever. My mother started cutting potatoes, right? She would put slices of potatoes with a rag. I go, don't we have any Tylenol? Why are potatoes on my head? I grew up, I was covered in Vicks. We have vats of Vicks, they would just rub me. They would boil water, they would drop the Vicks in the water, then I would have to hover over the water, right? 183 degrees, breathing, and a beach towel would come over my head. I'm like, I can't breathe. I can't breathe, get it off. And they would just hold me there. Stay, I can't breathe. Don't we have halls? We need halls. But as odd as this upbringing might have been, they taught me passion. They taught me whatever you do in life, you do it 138%. You give it your all. Yeah. I went to Chipotle a couple weeks ago. Love Chipotle. They make a really nice burrito over there. It's so terrific. The employees can't stop eating it. The employees are never working. They're always in the dining room eating. Ever walk in there, you're like, where are the workers? The only guy behind there is the guy cutting chicken, just looking at you. Right? He's not trained on burrito building. And I'm watching the people order. I mean, there's a sneeze glass there, right? But people always hook the arm over the glass. I'll have corn. I'll have more corn. Just say corn. It's not soundproof. It goes right over the glass. Get your claw out of the salsa. And nobody talks to the Chipotle people. There's no conversation that happens. They listen to the same shit 8 hours a day, right? Steak, beans, cheese, go on. I've never seen anything like this. It's like you're not even, it's like a robot. Chicken, peppers, lettuce. And the employees, all day long. And God forbid if you ask for guacamole, oh my God. The whole store goes into a panic attack. They don't even know how to tell you it's extra money, right? You're like, put some guac on that? It's $1.80 extra? Is that okay? Yeah, it's okay. Most stressful job at Chipotle has to be wrapping these damn things, right? By the time the wrapper gets it, his employees have populated the burrito with so much ingredients, the guy can't even find the tortilla. Starts sweating, he's like, how am I gonna wrap this damn thing? Right? It's a workout. He's gotta get down, gotta use some quads, little core, start talking and fold, talk and fold. It took me 23 minutes to get a burrito out of this place. Right? I felt at the end of this, Chipotle owed me something. So I asked for a water, I filled it up with Coca-Cola. Right? Least they could do. 23 minutes in line. I go to the Coca-Cola machine and I stare at them while I fill it. Coca-Cola in the see-through glass. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do about it? So you get heated, man, when you're out. You gotta stop off, maybe cool off. This whole town's going nuts with yogurt. What's going on with yogurt? Everybody's dying for yogurt. They see like a pink berry, they're like, I wanna go get some pink berry. Now, I'm not a yogurt guy, but I had to go look to see what the problem was. I'm sitting in line, I'm watching people eat the yogurt. First of all, everybody had a sample before they got, what is with the sampling? I don't do samples. Oh, these two women came up so proud of themselves. They're like, excuse me, do you have some pomegranate? Do you have the pomegranate? Could we try the pomegranate? They were so happy they were gonna get a free lick. Now the guy's gotta turn around, he's gotta fill up a little Dixie Lick cup. And he hands it out, grown women, but they're like kids when they get it, they're like, this is good, I like this one. I don't do any of this. I just got the green tea. If I don't like it, yeah, I fucked up. Right? You think I'm gonna hold up 12 people's day? Licking her? Yeah. Beautiful garden growing up, though. Beautiful. We never went to the grocery store. We grew it. Right in the backyard. Beautiful. Tomato. String bean. All right, little zucchini. You want some fruit? You picked it off the tree. But at night, we found out something was going on in our garden. There was a little raccoon. Something was nibbling on my father's tomatoes, okay? It's a big deal. We had a family meeting about it. Most American families, they'll call up Orkin. We'll just call Orkin. They'll come set up some traps. Then they'll release the animal back into the wild so it could reunite with its family. My father's like, listen, we're gonna murder this motherfucker. Huh? We're gonna put antifreeze on bologna. What? Why, Papa? Why? Because it eats the intestines. That's why. Now go get the antifreeze in the garage. We're gonna make a sandwich for our friends tonight. Woke up in the morning, birds, squirrels, raccoons, murdered all over the property. Neighbors coming by, have you seen our cat? Nah, we haven't seen shit. Does it like bologna? We sent the message. Okay? Trap don't send the message. Antifreeze makes it clear. We ain't playing around with our zucchinis. Okay? Old world upbringing. Superstitious. God, my family's superstitious. I remember once I got my first car, it was a 1984 Celica, Toyota Celica GT shit brown, right? As soon as I got it, my father hung a red horn from the rear view mirror of the car, right? Just a red horn dangling. I go, what are you doing? This looks like, he's like, it's for the malocchio, the eye, so nobody gives you the eye. I go, what eye? The fucking eye! Italians, Sicilians, they believe if somebody looks at you, they could literally give you bad luck just on a look, all right? So now we have to have defense mechanisms, okay? I dated girls who weren't even Italian. They'd get into the car, they're like, why do you have a red pepper hanging from your rearview mirror? What is this all about? My friends all have kids. They're always asking me, Sebastian, when are you? And I go, I don't know if I want kids. They're like, what? Oh, so no. Sebastian, kids are a miracle. It's an amazing thing. Once you have one of your own, it's not about you anymore. It's about them. Why the hell would I want to do that? And it's not the kids I got a problem with. It's the parents today. It's a different parent than how we grew up. First of all, is everybody's kid fantastic? Why is everybody bragging about their kids? Don't we have any dumb kids anymore? My parents were honest with people. They never bragged about me. We went to the aunts and the uncles. As soon as we walked in, my father was like, yeah, we don't know what the hell's wrong with him. I don't know, something's off with this kid. Something's loose. Look at how big his head is. Look at the head on this kid. All right, they put me in the go in the basement, play Pong. Now I got my friends always coming over with the kids, bragging, Sebastian, she's so advanced. She's reading at a 4th grade level. She's only in 2nd grade. Show Sebastian the face. Show the face you make. I don't give a shit. If your kid could fly from my backyard to the front yard, yeah, I might want to see that. This is unbelievable. How's it happening? But whatever your kid does, nobody cares. They got their kid in every sport nowadays, every activity. What are you doing? The kid's exhausted. Pick one thing for this kid to do. But no, the father, the mother can't fathom that the child just might not be good at something. It's never the kid's fault for lack of talent. It's the coach. You ever get this family? They gotta complain to the coach. They come up to the coach. Coach, wanna come here? Yeah. Hi, we're the Gibsons. Just wondering why my child Tyler's not participating in the game with the rest of the kids. 'Cause he stinks. That's why we got a bench. You need a release, right? You need to go out. You need to do stuff like this. Friday night comes out. Come on, we're going out. We're going to do stuff. Right? I went out last week to a nightclub. I can't do this anymore. I'm getting way too old for the nightclubs. You know you're old when you walk into a nightclub and you're like, is it loud in here? Why is my hair vibrating? I can't dance anymore. I used to bounce around. I was able to dance. I used to go out in my early 20s. I had my Cavaricis on. Right? I had that belt that shot down. Used to ask girls to dance. That's what we did. We went out dancing. All week long, we practiced at the house. And then Friday night, we tested it out. Guys would have confidence, man. Girls would be hanging out by the bar. Guy would have enough confidence to pick out the one he wanted and ask her to dance. Real cool. We'd come up, he'd be like, hey, how you doing? You want to dance with me? And she'd turn around, she'd be like, yeah, I'll dance with you. She'd turn to her girlfriends, hold my purse, Joanne. And you go out to the dance floor. You wouldn't touch one another. Very respectful. You just watch each other move. You'd be like, yeah. Right? You have that stupid dance face. You'd lean in, you look fantastic. Then you would go to the bar, because that song would come in that nobody could dance to, right? That song would always pop on. Like, I can't dance to this. Can't dance to Whitesnake. Let's go get a drink at the bar. So you would go to the bar. This is where you would have to have a little personality. Flirt with her, right? So I grew up with a bunch of guys. We were all funny. That's all we do. Make fun. Goof around with girls. Make them laugh. Girls would be like, you guys are funny. I'd be like, yeah, I know. You would go in for the kill. You would get the number. Like, why don't you write your number down on a napkin? I'll take you out for steak next week, huh? And you would get the number on a napkin. It was kind of damp. Right? The ink would bleed a little bit. Before you left the club, you had to ask, excuse me, sweetheart, is this a 7? Did you write a 7?